proud, and it's so lovely to be back here. And thank you for thinking of me, darling. And I live just around the corner, so this is my manor. But I love living around this area. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before I perform my first piece. I am what I would call a cabaret historian, and I study pieces of history, especially Old London, and I transform them into songs, a cappella. And so everything I sing about is things that I've actually researched and studied. And I was very privileged last Sunday. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Crossbone Cemetery in Southwark. Yeah. It's where the Winchester geese came from. The Bishop of Winchester was basically a pimp and pimped out these women. And basically it is a big grave they discovered when they were extending the Jubilee line during the millennium celebrations. But they discovered it was about 15,000 bodies that were under there. And a lot of them were women and babies. And there was bedlam, so it's very sad, but I was very privileged to be part of the vigil last week where we all tied ribbons and lit candles. And I had an orange coat on, and they said, would anyone like to do a performance? I was like, yes. And this song is dedicated to one of those women that could have ended up there, but she was a lot luckier, and that's Nell Gwyn. Under the smoky streets of London, come blow your shining trumpets, leaves of laurel green, you know where she has been, pretty witty now, our strumpet. Through the dangerous lanes of Old Jewelry Lane, she stood in a doorway, and with her face so fair, shining flaming hair, could be going your way. Who will buy me lovely oranges? Who will buy? Who will buy? Oh, how grand it is, fun it is, joy it is. Who will buy? How marvellous, how spectacular, the Orange Lady of King's Theatre. Oh, the slums, they may kill you, but have faith, my tempting rose, for you have won this heart of many, and this life you must dispose. Under that little face emerges the one and only beauty, the most stunning of them all, is going to the ball, knowing she must do her duty. But who will take this little lady? Who will take? Who will take? For how grand it is, fun it is, joy it is, love it is. Our little Nelly needs warmth in her belly. Thank you. Right, okay, so before I moved to Fitzrovia, I lived in Soho for 20 years. So Soho is steeped with history, and yes, I went to all the clubs and pubs, and I still do sometimes. Someone has to keep the fun going instead of the joy police that's happening at the moment. But yeah, so it's sort of very interesting learning about the history of clubbing, like the Gargoyle, or, you know, we still got clubs like Trisha's, the Groucho, Old Private Members clubs, and the characters that would have frequented these places. So I kind of like, you know, you have the Bloomsbury set. I thought I'd create my own more edgier set called the Doomsbury set. When in Bloomsbury you must have met the divine Doomsbury set. You'll see them from far away. They do put on a display, large feathers with hats, black and white spats, so colourful tweeds, hands covered in beads, laughing and joking, pipes they are smoking. They are the Bloomsbury set, Doomsbury set, Doomsbury set. When walking the streets of Soho, in the steps of bohemian ghosts, there's something we all should know. We now play their hosts, and leant up against a street light, she'll tell you never to go. A very familiar sight, a lady of Soho, my lady, don't you know, in the shadow of Soho, a woman of demure, a familiar character, never getting too demonic, while sipping gin and tonic. I'm a lady, don't you know, a a lady of Soho. I love to take a stroll to the nearest watering hole. Another face in the transient crowd. Feel the warmth of my decadent shroud. Male friends purely platonic. Talking business, how ironic. I'm a lady, don't you know? A lady of Soho. The artists and the dreamers. The beggars and road sweepers. The tickets and the touts. The laughters and the shouts. I'm a lady, don't you know? A lady, don't you know? A lady of Soho.
Thank you very much.
This is fun. I've warmed up now. My mate was taking the mickey out of me. He's like, I'm going to say what you said to me before I went on stage. So, going back to like Victoriana. So over here was the old workhouse that inspired Charles Dickens to write Oliver. That is the actual place. So you can imagine what this area was like, and yeah, you can feel the ghosts. I always do. I'm sort of walking late at night, and it's, you know, you're walking in the steps of so many people that have walked. And I always wondered if there was a man called Lord Butterfly, sort of opium smoker, that would frequent this area in like a really crushed sealskin hat, because they were made out of sealskin. And it sort of sounds like that. My king, I tell you, in my day, women were women and men were men. Whilst walking the streets of old London town, thespians clapped intense frown, withered hands, dusty shoes, lots of scripts, nothing to lose. Backstage, final call, take me my lover to the finest ball. Parisian smile, my little toad, hand in hand down an old country road or cobblestone street if you like. My darlings, je t'aime, ba 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 ba. My name is Mr. Butterfly, but you can call me darling. Always played the cello and sang just like a starling. Always had the best, from champs to caviar. My family sports a crest, and I love my Jaguar. Tiddly pom pom, what a funny old geezer. Tiddly pom pom, let's get a bit sleazier. From Chinatown to Bow, a man will always frequent a penny for a show of a woman rather indecent. Oh, decadence and lust, sheer pleasure and fright. It really is a must to have a lady of the night. Now I'll have a Stepney girl, gentle like a leaf. She really make your head swell, her smile of blackened teeth is feeling like a savage, undoing my cravat. Her breath like boiled cabbage, her eyes the colour of rats. Tiddly pom pom, what a funny old geezer. Tiddly pom pom, let's get a bit sleazier. Now ladies from Whitechapel are very, very rough. In exchange for a rosy apple, you can get them up the duff. But being a fine breed, it's really true to say, a man should take heed and find a lady of the day. Tiddly pom pom, what a funny old geezer. Tiddly pom pom, what a funny old geezer. Tiddly pom pom, tiddly pom pom.
Thank you very much. Got to sing for your super here, ain't you, love?
So, a little bit about myself. I was born in Paris, although I grew up in London. And I've always been fascinated by sort of, you know, the Moulin Rouge and all the old style of like Josephine Baker, I adore. In fact, all of that. I wish I could have a time machine and have a night in Paris. And then I invented this character. I don't know where these mad characters come into my head. Coco Ziegfeld. And she's really like, oh, Monsieur, you with the tongue of a lizard. You with a stomach like a chocolate box. You make me want to fall in love. It was a night on the Champ de la Rue, the sight of your arse as I kicked off my shoe. You made me scream, you made me cry. Why did you lie, you cheap bastard? Now there you have the audacity, a one-night stand on Saturday. Big red kisses all over your neck. Who do you think you are? Toulouse-Lautrec. Up all night in a seedy bar, telling gullible ladies you were once a Russian czar. Ordering wine, yes, every bottle, not realizing my deathly throttle. But oh my God, it's so, so true. My love for you, my love for you, my love for you is on the Champ de la Rue. That was a little one.